Good afternoon, everyone. This is Thai Canteen Restaurant Evaluation. We are Group 16, and my name is Sean Oslaughson.
My name is Uday Isher,
I'm Brandon DeWitt.
and we are Group 16.
So today we're going to do a small visit overview. So a few of our group members went to Thai Canteen located in Davis. We visited on September 6th around 4:30, hoping that it would be a busy time to get the real evaluation. We kept our secret, our purpose there, the secret, to observe genuine customer service. The restaurant was nearly empty, unfortunate, with one or two customers. It was very small crew of employees, and it was me, Uday, Ryan, and then Brandon came on his own time, so we pretty much got two evaluations, which was really cool. Next slide, please. The tangibles. So in our evaluation of the restaurant, we noticed certain things: clean tables, modern look, something super simple. The food was presented neatly and it arrived hot. I ordered chicken and rice, and so did Uday. And Ryan ordered udon noodles. And we noticed a few other things. The staff wore casual street clothes, no uniforms, which, it appeared like they were kind of unprofessional or high school students. Some things that we came into was the water station was away from the counter. It was not mentioned by the staff, which was unfortunate. The lighting and ambiance, everything around was very comfortable, but it was very simple and very simple interior design that could use more enhancements to help the place out a little bit more. The menu was also pretty simple. It was a simple design with no pictures. We looked at it, we had to read through very, very carefully to really know what we wanted. It was something that we just noticed during our in-person evaluation. Next slide, please.
All right, for this slide, we got reliability and responsiveness. So, like it was said before, I went on a different day. I got called into work, unfortunately. So for reliability, we have orders were correct and food arrived 10 minutes after we sat down. My group had that experience. 10 minutes seems like a long time. It's really not. Mine was about the same time, 10, 11 minutes. Um, the kitchen performance was efficient. I got the same exact thing. Um, the food was not bad at all. I really don't think that there was anything wrong with the food. And you know, 10, 11 minutes for, actual, you know, cooked food from, to me it felt gourmet. It's not really that much of a long wait. Responsiveness. So for my group, they had poor, or for the day when my group went, they had poor engagement. The cashier gave minimal responses. For me, the cashier, she seemed pretty ecstatic. She seemed enthusiastic to be working there. She seemed like she did care about my order. She had, a smile in her voice. So, I mean, I didn't see at least for the time that I visited, terrible engagement. you know um it seemed like she was very warm and welcome for me to come on in, take, have my order taken. And it didn't seem like it was a drag for her to be working her job. Like most people these days, they don't really care about their jobs. And you know and then for the second part, we have staff did not proactively inform customers about self-service options. I did have that same experience. There is self-service, like for example the water. If you want water, you have to get it yourself, and it's, just in the main eating area. And you just kind of have to figure that out if you're, coming for the first time. Only one employee showed initiative by noticing lack of utensils. So that's an experience that my group had on the day that they went without me. I did not have the same experience because my utensils were all there. So that might mean that, um, you know, maybe there was maybe it was just a one-off thing. But what it kind of shows is that there was a big difference between my visit and their visit, and it shows that maybe there's a lack of consistency in between, maybe the way the staff works together on certain days, who's scheduled to work. But yeah, on to the next slide. Assurance and empathy. So for assurance, we have employees seemed uncertain and uninterested in customer experience. Like I said in the last slide, I didn't get that vibe from the person that took my order. Um, it seemed like she was, pretty interested. I mean, I would be pretty interested too if I was getting paid to, act like I care about someone's order. So maybe she just got paid higher. Who knows? Um, and then, lack of uniforms, professional demeanor, reduced trust in service and quality. I completely agree with that. If I go to a restaurant and the whole entire staff is wearing a nice collared shirt, I'm going to assume that their owner has a high standard for their employees. Maybe the food might be cleaner. I don't know. But you definitely see a lot more professionalism in, a crew that has matching uniforms. So, not having that, um, it kind of just feels like there's not a lack of unity. Not a lack of uniform is a lack of consistency. Um, and then for empathy, staff offered little personalization, attention, or warmth. That seems like something that is completely valid. Um, you know, my experience differed than, my group went. Limited attempts to make customers feel welcomed or valued. Um, when I walked into the door, I had, I had a worker greet me, say welcome in, and then I was prompted to have my order taken. That's not terrible. It's not the best. Maybe everyone in the building could stand up and applaud me walking in. That'd be pretty cool. But at least one of the workers said welcome in, which is better than nothing. So I mean, we can move on to the next.
So looking at the survey summary, as we all did this and visited restaurants in the class, taking all of that data and combining it together, this is the overall score. So we're just going to go over a few points. For instance, tangibles, 5.3 was the overall grade out of 7. So it meant that the restaurant did moderately good, had a clean environment, but unprofessional appearance. So those tangibles. Reliability, orders were accurate, food was served promptly with all of us. So that was decent at a 5.5. Responsiveness was at a 4.8. It's pretty low compared to the others, so that means just weak customer interaction, communication between the service and the customer. Could mean a lot of things, but just small things that added together is in a weak responsiveness. Assurance was at a flat 5.0. So average knowledge, it built confidence with the customer and the service. So overall, that did pretty well. Empathy, as in the attention to the customer needs and friendliness. So, for instance, like the first visit that we did not have certain utensils. However, some of the staff there saw that and they noticed that and they gave that to them. So, I'm not sure about everyone else's experiences, but that was ours. And so that got a pretty low 4.7. Overall, out of the entire class that went to Thai Canteen, the evaluation was 5 out of 10. So, not too bad, not too terrible, but take it as you will.
So, our first set of recommendations for improving the business operations of Thai Canteen. One big thing we noticed is the restaurant looks clean and modern, but it lacks a sense of professionalism and consistency. Establishing a dress code or simple uniform could help staff look more credible and trustworthy. It's a small change that has a big impact on how customers perceive service quality. Another improvement would be adding clear signage for self-service items, especially the water station. When we visited, no one mentioned where it was and it was hidden away. A small sign or any kind of visual cue would reduce confusion and improve overall experience. Next, Thai Canteen could benefit from updating its workflow systems. For example, introducing small digital tools like tablets for orders or server pagers to communicate between the kitchen and the staff. These could help operations go smoother and help employees respond faster to customers. And one big thing we noticed immediately driving up there is no parking. One thing that we thought about was potential parking partnerships that they can do with nearby restaurants. Since it's in downtown Davis, the parking is a bit tricky. They can have potential partnerships for short-term parking, and this could really make it more accessible. Finally, the menu design could use a more visual appeal. Adding food, photos, seasonal specials, or limited time promotions would draw attention and help attract repeat customers. These small business adjustments could really help Thai Canteen's image and make it look a lot more polished and reliable. Now, this is the second half of our recommendations. This focuses on employees because they're the ones that actually shape the customer experience. First, we recommend giving staff basic communication and training and communications and engagement training, not just on how to serve, but on how to make the guests feel special and acknowledged. Simple things like greeting customers warmly or checking in after the food is served can make a big difference on how empathy and responsiveness are perceived. Next, we think that Thai Canteen could motivate employees with small team-based incentives. This doesn't have to be something huge. It could be something like a monthly reward or great feedback, free meals, or recognition during team meetings, something like Employee of the Month. When employees feel appreciated, they take more pride in their service, which it directly correlates to how well or how empathetic they are to their customers and responsive as well. We also suggest encouraging employee input. For example, having check-ins or short surveys where staff can share ideas for improvement. This helps them feel like heard and that they're actually involved in the business. And it gives management insights on what is working and what's not working and what they need to change. Finally, one thing that could really break up the monotony is cross-training opportunities. They could help employees develop new skills and collaborate effectively. One thing that we thought of was letting a cashier do basic serving, or the other way. Uh, they could have all of these ideas support a more stronger and more motivated staff, and that directly translate into better customer experiences. And it would really help with their cervical results, because all the things that we've stated are a direct response to their low scores. Thank you guys for
Thank you guys
listening.
so much for the presentation and hope you guys have a good day.